Have you ever heard that we really only use 5 tenses in English most of the time? It's true. Many studies and experts say that around 90% to 95% of all English speaking and writing uses just 5 main tenses. Sounds crazy, right? But it's actually great news, because it means learning English can be a lot easier than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly which 5 tenses those are and how you can use them with confidence. Let's get started. Hello, my name is Kate, I'm an English teacher, and today we're going to look at those 5 tenses so you can get one step closer to speaking English more fluently. There are just 3 main times we talk about: the present, the past, and the future. Each of these times has 4 different ways we can use them. These are simple, continuous, also called progressive, perfect, and perfect continuous. Don't worry, we'll break them down step by step to make it really easy. And if you want to practice using tenses with me, join my Telegram channel. You can chat with me and other people who are learning English and get my feedback. When we put the 4 types, simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous together, with the 3 times, past, present, and future, we get what most people call the 12 verb tenses in English. Some people also count conditionals as a part of the tenses and say there are 16, but I prefer to keep conditionals separate. Now let's take a look at each of the 12 tenses just to remind ourselves how they work. Present simple. We use this tense to talk about things that are always true, things that we do every day, or facts that don't change. Present continuous. This tense is used when something is happening right now or around the current time. Present perfect. We use it when something happened in the past, but it still matters now, or when we're talking about life experiences. Present perfect continuous. This one is for actions that started in the past and are still continuing, or just stopped recently and we want to show how long they've been happening. Past simple. This tense is used for actions that are finished and happened at a clear time in the past. Past continuous. We use this when something was in progress at a specific time in the past, often to show that something else happened during it. Past perfect. This one is used to talk about something that happened before another action in the past. Past perfect continuous. We use this tense for actions that were going on for a while before another action in the past. Don't worry, we'll look at some of these in more detail. Now let's look at the future. Future simple. We use this to talk about things that will happen later. Future continuous. This tense is for actions that will be happening at a certain time in the future. Future perfect. We use it when something will be finished before a specific time in the future. Future perfect continuous. This one is used when an action will start, keep going for some time, and then finish before another future event. That was a quick overview, and yes, there's a lot of information to remember, but don't worry, we're going to go deeper and make it all super clear. I know many English learners find it difficult to choose the right tense, but here is some good news. You don't need to use all 12 tenses all the time. Some are used way more often than others. And that's what we'll focus on next. Alright, let's take a look at this chart to show the 5 verb tenses we use the most in English, both in speaking and writing. If you're curious about where the numbers come from, I've added some links to studies in the description. Feel free to check them out later. Now let's reveal the top 5 most used tenses in English. And in the first place, by a huge amount, is present simple, used in almost 60% of all English. Next comes past simple, with close to 20%. Then we have future simple, making up around 8%. So just those 3 tenses alone cover nearly 88% of everyday English use. Pretty amazing, right? After that, we have present perfect simple at about 6% and present continuous at around 5%. And the rest? Well, the other 7 tenses together make up just a tiny piece of the pie, about 1%. In the video title, I said 90%. That's just to play it safe because numbers can vary slightly depending on the study. But here's the main point. Even though all 12 tenses are useful in different situations, these 5 tenses are the ones you'll use the most in everyday conversations. So now let's learn how to use each of them confidently. The present simple is one of the most used tenses in English, and that makes sense since we talk about the present all the time. Let's go through the main ways we use it. To talk about facts or things that are always true. These are things that don't really change. For example, people like to shop online. The supermarket gets busy on Saturdays. To say what's true right now. We also use the present simple for things that are true at this moment. Like, you're my best friend, I'm a student. To describe routines or habits. These are things we do often or regularly. We usually use words like always, never, or often to show how often we do something. For example, I always drive to work. I never drink soda. We use it to talk about future events on a fixed schedule. Yes, we can use present simple for future plans, like timetables or official dates. For example, my holiday starts on October 5th. The party kicks off at 10 p.m. So, as you can see, the present simple isn't just simple, it's super useful. Next up is the past simple, the second most used tense in English. Why? Because we love to talk about things that already happened. You'll see it everywhere in books, movies, news, stories, and everyday conversations. Here's how we use it. To talk about actions that happened at a specific time in the past. These are things that are finished and usually come with a time reference like yesterday, last week, or in 2020. For example, she joined the group last month. We watched a great movie on Saturday. We use it to tell a story or describe a series of actions. This tense is perfect for explaining what happened step by step. For example, Lime opened the door, grabbed his keys, and ran outside. They cooked dinner, set the table, and ate together. We use it to talk about habits or repeated actions in the past. We use the past simple for things people used to do regularly in the past. For example, when I was a kid, I walked to school every day. Maria always called her grandma on Sundays. We use it to describe past states or situations. This means how someone felt or what the situation was like at the time. For example, the weather was cold and rainy all week. He felt nervous before the interview. So, anytime you're telling someone what happened in the past, whether it was last night or years ago, the past simple is the tense to use. The future simple. Now, let's look at the future simple tense. We use it to talk about things that will happen later. Here are the most common ways we use it. Spontaneous decisions. These are things you decide to do at the moment of speaking. For example, I'm tired, I'll take a nap. We use it for predictions. We use it when we think something will happen in the future. For example, I think it will be sunny tomorrow. Promises. To say we'll do something for sure. I'll help you with your homework later. We use it for offers. To offer help or do something nice. For example, I'll carry your bag for you. We use it for requests. To politely ask someone to do something. Will you turn off the light, please? Got it? Great! Now let's move on to the present perfect. It sounds tricky, but it's actually pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. Here's when we use it for actions or situations that started in the past and are still true now. For example, she has worked at this company for 2 weeks. It started before and continues now. For completed actions that matter now. For example, I've just finished my homework. It's done, and that's important in the present. For life experiences, we have visited many countries in Europe. It happened before, but we're not saying exactly when. We use present perfect for things that happened at an unknown or unspecific time in the past. For example, I've tried that before. We don't say when, just that it happened. So even though the present perfect looks fancy, it's actually very useful, and you're probably already hearing it all the time. Alright, time for the last verb tense of the day, the present continuous. Once you know how to use it, you'll sound way more natural in everyday conversations. We use this tense for a few different things. For things happening right now. For example, Sarah is cooking dinner at the moment. For temporary actions or situations, for example, I am staying with my cousin this week. We use it for future plans or events that are already arranged. For example, we're meeting our friends at the cafe tomorrow. We use it for things happening around now, not necessarily this exact second. For example, I'm working a lot these days. We use it for things that are slowly changing or developing. Like, more people are learning English online. Great job, guys! Thank you for watching this video. Like I said before, you can practice using tenses with me in my Telegram channel. Every day I post speaking tasks for students and give them personal feedback. We have a chat. This chat is free. You can join and practice English with us. I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you learned something new. I will see you soon for another lesson. Bye-bye!